much of a stretch.
It's the size of a Baneblade. Jabba, no bother.
That would be awesome.
The fat boys. It's all dad bod captain models.
As big as the Nemesis Dreadnought.
I was dying. I was like, how is this not obviously a joke? Looks good in here.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going to put all the bags, but figure it out.
Hello, hello, hello.
Is Leo coming in to help you, Pablo, or no?
He already came in.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
All right. Audio good. Shot looks fine.
What up, Ben Shamamamamauler? My Shamoler. Bet you've never heard that joke before.
Never. That was probably the first.
Breaking new comedy ground. Happy New Year to you as well, buddy.
All right. We're gonna
Tomodachi Express. That was a train horn in case it wasn't obvious.
Hey, we're sorry.
Hey everybody, welcome to your Wednesday live cast of Signals from the Frontline. Totally lost my place there for a hot second. Thank you for joining us. The show is brought to you by frontlinegaming.org, where you can get your tabletop gaming goodies at a discount all the days of the week. Well, what up to everybody in the chat? If you're listening to us via iTunes or whatever podcast outlet that you may happen to use, there's a lot of them.
There's a couple.
Spotify.
A few.
Whatever. There's too many to list. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, you can always join us for the live show at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, and heckle us, have fun, join the show, be a part of the magic.
Yes.
I'm your host, Reese. With me, the one and only Frankio.
Frankio? No.
Reesio and Frankio.
No, there's just Reesio. Don't lump me in that.
Misery loves company, Frankie.
I don't want it.
You're coming to.
I do not want it.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. We didn't talk to you last week because it was Christmas, obviously. But happy holidays to everybody. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Yule, whatever the heck it is that you're celebrating. Nothing.
Zool. Yeah.
Zool?
Yeah.
What's Zool, Frankie? Explain that one to me.
That's from Ghostbusters.
Is that a holiday that happens around Christmas time?
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Those giant marshmallow men.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. However you get down on the holidays, we hope you had a great time. And, of course, huzzah! 2020 is almost over. Woo. Thank the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm super ready for this. Super ready for this year to be behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am the gatekeeper. What was it? What does he ask?
I'm looking for the keymaster.
The keymaster.
Or I'm the gatekeeper looking for the keymaster. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Tomodachi Express in the chat asks, does Frankio hate Harlequins?
I don't know. There is no Frankio.
Oh, this
not
is
a
going to
thing.
be
It doesn't exist.
This is going to be a thing.
Nope.
What up? What up, everybody? Happy Yule Nacht, says Blood Distivo. I don't know what that one is. Is that just Yule? Like Yule Night? I would imagine that's what that means. Hard Edge Painting, how you doing? Ooh, Phil Kelly rubbed my belly. He's asking a really hard-hitting question. Saw the Warhammer TV article about skilled competitive players sharing their list. Reese was featured. Must have been a Claire.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, can you write us an?" They're like, "Oi, mate, can you write us an article about Astra militarum?" I was like, "I can do that."
Yeah. They're like, they luckily didn't ask Reese, how many games have you played with Astra militarum? They're just like, can you please write this? They're like, oh, he must be skilled.
Well, they're like, Astra militarum's your specialty. I'm like, normally it is. I loved
normally you'd be correct.
I loved one of the critiques on the article because I was like, oh yeah, hard-hitting Catachan infantry, and the guy was like, what idiot wrote this article? They don't have an option for Catachan infantry. It's guard squads or conscripts. And I was like, you got me.
Boom.
Got him.
He got the tater, dude.
I was like, you know what, dude? When you're right, you're right.
In your face, Reese. What were you thinking?
Clearly,
what were you thinking?
Clearly, I'm an idiot.
Oh,
they're not
man.
literally called Catachan infantry.
Huh. Weird.
Oh.
Isn't the box called Catachan Infantry Squad? Thanks a lot, GW.
It was
misleading us.
I was laughing. I was like, damn, bro. You got me. You got me. You got the tater. Oh, brother. But yeah, there's some really cool lists on there that you can check out. Mine is the only list I've played in 9th edition with Guard, and it's pretty good. Guard aren't that great in this edition, in my opinion. There's probably some better players than me that could have found, combos that they like more, like Brandon Grant is probably making it work because he always does. But for me, what I found that works with Guard in this edition is anything that can kill Space Marines.
That's pretty much any army. Yeah.
So I have a lot of tank commanders with demolisher cannons and plasma cannons and las cannons and stuff. And in my experience, they're really good at killing the most common units that you see right now.
Yeah.
Bill KB asks, when will we see you stream and win with Dark Angels? Well, I can guarantee that 50% of that could happen. The streaming part. The winning part, I don't know, man. Well, to be fair, though, I have been absolutely stomping everybody I've played with my Dark Angels, with my Deathwing.
Yeah.
Leo was the only person that's beat me, but that was when I was like, after months and months of not playing at all, because we were just 2020, I was just learning how to play again, and he beat me, but I stomped his army. Like, he barely killed any of my army, and I killed most of his army, but he beat me on the mission. So, I don't know. I think Deathwing might be a little OP.
They're pretty good.
But I could be wrong, though. Like, I don't have enough experience with it right now to make a call, but it sure seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that more. I guess we can just talk about it now. It doesn't make any difference.
Sure.
So, yeah, we've been playing in our local league here. Tons of super awesome people in the Las Vegas 40K League. If you're in Vegas and you play 40K, I super recommend joining the league. Josh Jenny runs it. It's out of Power 9 Games, I believe, right? Is it?
Yeah, it's out of Power 9.
And you can play at any game store in Vegas. So, really cool league. You can support a local store. Having a lot of fun. And I've played 4 games?
Played 4, I think.
I played a ringer game against Kevin.
Oh no, you played 2 ringer games.
That's
so
true.
You played 6.
Yeah, I played 6. I played 6 league games with my Deathwing, and I played against one of our teammates, Christian, who's a really good player.
Yep.
And I've utterly shit stomped everybody. I'm usually tabling people by turn 3 or 4 with Deathwing, and I'm not. I would say I'm a low tier player right now.
The Warhammer community page said you are a highly competitive, top tier player, Reese.
There's a difference between being competitive and winning games.
He's very competitive. You're like, yes, I am. I'm in.
I'm like the Rudy of 40K right now. I really want to get in the game.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
And I'm running pure Deathwing with 1 Ravenwing Apothecary.
Because they're broken as heck.
And all I do literally every single game, I deploy in the open on the line. I've went second almost every game. Did not matter. They're just so hard to kill. They shoot surprisingly well for having pretty much only Stormbolters. And then once you get into combat, you obliterate whatever you touch.
Yep.
Like I played an army that had 350 models. Almost all of them were gone by turn 3. I played an Orc Horde. So that actually, I made a mistake and moved one of my Deathwing units out of the auras, and he almost wiped out that unit in 1 round.
Almost.
Yeah, we got down to 1. It got down to 1 model. And then the Apothecary drove up. He's like, I got you, fam. And then by the end of the game, the unit was back up to like 3 or 4 models. But it's just like when we were talking about why I wanted to play it in the first place, it's because I wanted something that was easy to play, and it is.
Yeah.
Like
doesn't have a lot of tricks. It's just very tough and walks up the field and smashes face.
Dallas Hollywood says, why not a Primaris Chaplain on a bike? It's clearly better. than the Chaplain and Terminator armor, but I'm trying to be all Terminators. That's the thing. I'm not even trying to optimize the list. I'm just using models that I like, and it's still ridiculous.
Yeah, but you have to take that apothecary on the bike for Ravenwing because the -1 invo is pretty strong.
That I don't know why in the blazes does the apothecary need to have a -1 invo save relic. Like, it's not necessary.
The guy that made that rule watched the Space Marine movie, and he was like, I see potential here. He's like, I got this. He's like, instead of a chaplain, we'll make an apothecary, and he'll have basically psychic powers. You're like, oh, that makes sense.
I like it. Yeah, I played Custodes, Phil Kelly rode my belly, and I thought that was going to be a really challenging game, but their stat lines are really similar. Custodes are obviously higher toughness, but it doesn't matter because my whole army has transhuman physiology the whole game, which turns out is pretty good. And the thing that made the Deathwing so much more resilient than the Custodes is that on top of having transhuman, on top of having Terminator armor, on top of having an invul save, on top of having 3 wounds, they also have a feel no pain aura. They come back to life. They're oftentimes hitting on 2s. They just have so many extra rules on top of it that the Custodes just didn't. Custodes, I can't even remember how to say it. Didn't really have a chance to be blunt. And my opponent's army was a ground pounding army like mine, so we had to go right at each other. And like, my guys were harder to hit and hit harder, or harder to hurt and hit harder.
Yeah, the Custodes are basically like a toned down version of the Deathwing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that really is true, and it shouldn't be that way because there's even less of them.
I think they're more points too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You had a lower model count than I did.
Yep.
My army only has 38 models, but each one is just slaps, dude. Like every single guy. And the crazy thing is you have 2 units of 10 Deathwing Terminators. That's the way I run it, and they do all the shooting. I now have them all with double Cyclone, and they shoot really well.
Yeah.
Like, it's surprising how well they shoot, especially considering the fact that on turn 1 you get plus 6-inch range. So your Stormbolters have a 35-inch effective range. You're usually hitting on 2s or 4 rerolls. 1 unit gets +1 to wound, and it's crazy how well they actually end up shooting.
Yeah.
Way better than you would think. And then, your opponent can't really do anything because the board's smaller. You just have to kind of take it or hide. And then if you hide by turn 2 or 3, you're on them in melee.
Yeah, well, the game is also like all the objectives are like in the center of the board. So you guys just move forward, and you're like, if you want to grab an objective, I'm going to be able to charge you and shoot you. Yep. So good luck.
And like literally nothing I've played has withstood a charge from one of the units of Terminators. Nothing. When you have 10 Terminators or 7 Deathwing Knights, they're hitting on 2s, 3s at the worst usually, and rerolling hits and all this other craziness, all doing 2 damage flat or 3 damage flat. They're all AP 3 or 2. You just annihilate anything you hit.
Yeah.
Even hordes.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, I'm hitting on 2s, winning on 2s. You don't get a save, and I have 31 attacks. You're like, whoop.
Yeah, exactly. And plus all the Stormbolters are just amazing. So yeah, it's a very solid list. I think after you played Leo, I think he's switching over to a more Deathwing.
Oh, really?
Too. Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I was like, oh, the army's weakness is going to be mobility. But because of the way the missions are, where the objectives are all tend to be towards the center of the table, it doesn't matter. Being slow makes no difference at all. Plus, you have the +2-inch aura, +2-inch charge aura from the Chaplain, and then the company champion has the reroll charge aura. You get up the table surprisingly quick.
Yep.
Like, I have not had any issue being in melee by turn 2, 3 at the latest. And then you just kill whatever you charge. So
yeah.
Dark Indos are really, really good. And then when their Codex comes out, I'm sure they're going to be even better.
The army-wide transhuman is so powerful.
It's a little bit much. Like, if the meta was different, it wouldn't matter as much. But like, since everybody's taking like melta-guns, plasma guns, things that are like strength 8, it makes a huge difference.
Oh, it's huge. It's ginormous.
I played a triple Lord of Skulls Chaos list where everything was like strength 8 or strength 6, multi-damage, hitting on 2s. He went first, hit me with the whole thing, charged me. He killed he killed 6 Terminators total, with 3 super heavies shooting me plus all the other demon engines, and making it into melee with like 14 3 damage AP 4 attacks, 6 Terminators died. Because with the Feel No Pain, all you have to do is make 1 or 2 of them, and then those multi-damage weapons, like 1 Terminator will eat 2 or 3 of the wounds.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Yep.
And then in return, I killed 2 Lords of Skulls in the first turn.
That's pretty good.
Terminator's like, Hadouken! I was like, oh, I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really good, and we'll see. I want to take them to like a bigger tournament, but obviously it's not happening right now. But I want to go to a real tournament and see how good they actually are. Because I have no doubt in my mind, like a really highly skilled player with a very mobile army could probably beat me on the mission.
Potentially. It depends on what mission it is, too.
That's
like,
true.
If there's enough objectives, and like your army's not slow, so like by turn 2, you're on the majority of the objectives, so you have to engage your army. That's the thing. Especially without like a kill-based mission, the objectives are so important in 9th that you have to grab them. So it's like he has to come and grab your objectives, in which case you're going to pound him.
Yeah. So. And that's exactly the way it's going, because the only person that beat me was Leo's he had a Raven Wing army.
Yeah.
And I made so many mistakes because it was literally my second time playing them.
Yeah.
So like I made a bunch of mistakes, and then as soon as he realized I was going to smash his army, he just ran away from me and played to the objectives, and he still only beat me by 2 points.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's gnarly. Like I could be wrong, but right now I'm like, Deathwing are flirting with OP.
But it's cool too, because the funny thing is it's all a themed list, right?
Yep.
So it plays to the backstory, and it's thematic. It's cool. It's a lot like it's what the game designers want, right? Like they want the fluff and stuff to be portrayed in the actual game, rather than, oh, my Space Marine detachment has a Sisters detachment that also has a Guard detachment that also has Inquisitor and Dark. What are they called? The guys that hate Inquisitors. I am drawing a blank.
Guys that hate
the Space Marines that hate.
Oh, Black Templars.
Yeah, there you go. Just like the Space Marine video game. Just makes no sense. Anyways, so it's cool to see that Deathwing are playing to the backstory.
Yeah, I mean, like having a Terminator army is awesome. I'm not complaining at all about that. I love the models. Like the Deathwing ones especially look so cool. Having all the characters that feel like super heroic, badass characters, super cool.
Yep.
It's just, maybe if they had like a toned down version of, like, they can only ever be wounded on a 5 at best. Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe then they'll fall apart. I don't know. Like, because as it's been right now, like, I barely lose any Terminators because they're getting healed and brought back to life and all that stuff.
It was just, it's a lot, right? Like, you're always winning on a 4. They have 3 wounds now, and they can also have a Feel No Pain. So it's like,
and they're coming back to life.
It's a lot of stacking options. It's what we've always talked about with 40K. When you have to say "and" more than like twice, it's probably too many rules.
Yeah.
And they can do this, and they get this, and this, and you're like, okay, it might be too much.
No, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah. In the chat, a couple people, Scott and Corey, are saying that they'd like to see Deathwing play Blood Angels. Well, I did. I played one of our employees here at the shop, Kev, who plays really, really nasty competitive lists, and he brought a really nasty melee Blood Angels army, and I played him with my Deathwing. He even managed, because I made a stupid mistake because I'm rusty. He killed the Apothecary on the top of turn 1. I still pounded his army. Like he had a bunch of Death Company, a bunch of Sanguinary Guard, like full units with all the tricks, character support, Eradicators, which are bullshit.
They're pretty good.
That unit is so stupid.
They're pretty good.
That unit is so stupid. Everything in the Indominus box is horseshit. Outriders also ridiculous.
Very strong.
But yeah, like even with that toned up list with so many plays in tournaments, I literally just ran. Well, that's not true. I baited him forward and then I ran forward. So I did a false retreat and then I barreled into him, smashed everybody.
Yep.
They think that the Blood Angels just don't have the resilience to stand up to the. Well, I mean, what army can stand up to an army full of power fists?
Army full of power fists and 3 wounds. Like the 3 wounds is the kicker. Like there's a lot of 2 damage weapons out there. Not a whole lot of 3 damage, and the ones that are doing 3 damage, you Feel No Pain. So you're like, oh, I made 1. Now that guy takes 2 wounds. You're like, oh. Then your Apothecary's like, and he's back.
Yeah. Oh, and he's like, oh, did you get a boo-boo? I got you.
Yeah,
I got you,
I'll
fam.
heal you. All right.
The crazy thing is when your characters get into melee, like, I can't tell you how many times I've had a character go down to 1 wound, and then the apothecary's like, 3, oh, you're back. Like, wow, he should have died, but now he's not going to die. He's going to go the whole game and just smash everybody. Because Belial is a chieftain, dude.
He's great, Mr. Pigeon Toes himself.
Yeah, in the first the first 4 games, I was not playing his rule that he always wounds on a 2.
Just pretty strong.
Yeah. So when I played Kevin, I went into his captain, and I was like, oh, man, I rolled all 2s to wound. Your toughness 4, I didn't wound you. And then later, I was like, oh, he always wounds on a 2. I was like, God dang it. I should have killed his captain in 1 round of combat. Because then his captain bought me back, of course. But
like, oh.
So I was like handicapping myself on multiple rules and still steamrolling people.
Yeah.
So, oh, well. Can I kill 20 warriors in a sequence? He means Necron warriors. Is coming from Corey. Sure. I don't know because I haven't played Necrons yet.
I mean, in close combat, 100%.
Yeah,
in shooting, probably not. But again, Reese will shoot them first and then charge them and kill them. So.
Yeah. Also, Eradicators are bullshit. I don't know if I mentioned that.
They're pretty good, but you know what else is bullshit? Your apothecary on a bike.
My whole army.
And your army, yeah.
He was like double shooting me with them. I'm like, what in the...
Oh, yeah. What? If they don't kill you, they get to shoot you again.
They have 3 wounds? I was like, what? And these apothecaries bring him back to life. I was like, all right, bad touch.
Like, no.
Yeah, I just slingshotted a unit off another unit into him and I was like, all right, you're not... Enough of you.
Yeah, no moving.
Kid, you're done.
Calm down.
Yeah, the Eradicators are stupid.
They are.
It's really, really dumb. But anyway, Frankie, have you had a chance to play any more games with your Harlequins?
Yeah, I think I've played 2 league games so far. And yeah, my Harlequins are doing fairly well. I played against the same Custodes player as you. Unfortunately for him, I have a lot of fusion guns, so it was a lot of damage. And then I played against a Genestealer Colt army, which Genestealer Colts are not what they were in 8th. They are struggling a little bit.
Some people have been winning by taking mass amounts of the...
Ridge Runners.
And then the other one's the troop, hybrids.
Oh, the Acolytes, yeah.
Or Acolytes, that's it,
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he had quite a few Acolytes, and then he had a bunch of the Ridge Runners. But again, I have fusion, so I was able to kill a lot of those really fast. And then all my guys have kisses, so they also do D3 damage in close combat.
Just giving them kisses.
I was just, hey, here's a little smooch for you. The guy's like, oh, geez, great.
He's like, you know what? Yeah. Maybe joining the Genestealer Colt Rebellion was a bad idea.
Yeah, this is a poor choice.
A smooch from a Harlequin babe sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Frankie and I need to play to see who's going to win our pod. And haven't gotten our game in yet, but probably hopefully tomorrow. I think tomorrow is probably realistic.
Yeah,
I can't play today. Yeah, we'll see if we can get our game in. I think that'll be a really good test of the Deathwing, because you're a good player, you're more experienced with knife than I am, and your army's hyper mobile, and everybody has an invul save. So I think that's going to be a good test. If your army can like handle my army, then that's I think a good test. If it can't, that's bad. And then of course all your fusion guns are only wounding me on 4s, and I have an invul save.
Yep.
So I think it's gonna be hard for us to hurt each other, kind of.
It'll be interesting. You have enough shots. The amount of shots that you have will be able to tear through my guys. And then if you are able to get into your aura range where you're reducing my invo save, that'll hurt a lot. So
it's only a 3-inch bubble, so it is a little tricky to do it, even though I'm on a bike, so it's super fast.
Yeah.
But
you'd have to sacrifice them to do it, but
it's usually not worth it, because usually I just throw so many dice at you, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I have so many different ways to get +1 to hit. Yeah, the Deathwing, the Dark Angels rule of +1 to hit. If you didn't move in the movement phase,
it's pretty strong.
It needs to be rewarded.
It's pretty strong.
When you're doing it in your opponent's phase, you're like, this is really stupid.
You're like, well, I didn't move. Prepare to get punched.
Yeah.
The guy's like, no.
All these power fists are going to hit you on 3s or 2s.
Yeah,
it's a lot. But yeah, that'll be a fun game. I'll be interested to see how that one goes down. I think a lot of it will come down to the mission, honestly. Is where the objectives are.
Yeah, and as long as I can restrain myself, I really want to try to kill your army.
Come on in.
I know. It's a trap, but I really want to do it. I hate playing to the mission. I'm like, nah.
The water's fine, Frankie. Come on in. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, so a big announcement. There's a new box set coming out for Warhammer 40,000. It's going to be called Piety and Pain.
Get it.
It's going to feature Sisters of Battle against Drukhari, brand new plastic model for both factions. One is a sister something. She's got a necklace and a plasma pistol.
Yeah, have you seen the comments like when they posted this box set? They are amazing. Number one, we're getting a new Lilith, which there was a new Lilith that came out, I think, last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Might have been 2 years ago.
Yeah, that one's that's at least 4 or 5 years old.
No, they came out with a new one, I think. The one with a spear. Or no, that's Jane Czar.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Jane Czar. Never mind. But anyways, we got a new Lilith model, which is cool, but give us something new like a Vect. And then the sisters model, their new lieutenant. Everybody's like, isn't that just a sister with a plasma gun? Yes, it is.
Oh, it's not even a character?
No, it is a character, but it's just this. It's if you've seen the sisters that are in the box, it's like the exact same thing, except for she has a plasma gun.
She looks like she just held up a jewelry store.
Yeah, she's
like, give me that.
She needs more bling. Like, you need to give her like wings or something, like to stand her out from everybody else. Give her a cooler backpack. But it's like the exact same model that's in the sisters box.
Yeah, she just did a smash and grab, grabbed a necklace.
She's like, lieutenant, I'm a lieutenant now. You're like, oh man.
And I do love the comments that people are making about the new Lilith. How like she just got out of like lockdown.
Yeah,
it's
COVID.
Been slamming some beers.
She's tired. Nobody can beat her. She's like, all right.
I mean, I'm sure that it's just a bad angle because I'm sure the model's been awesome, but
yeah.
I think they both look really cool. The sisters model is a little bit less like cool. Like what is she? Is she a sergeant or something?
No, she's a lieutenant. So you'll get reroll 1s to wound.
That's cool. It's useful.
It is, but you can just make that model out of the sisters box. Like you can make the exact same model out of the Sisters of Battle troop box. There's a necklace in there that you can give one of the girls.
Well, now that's going too far. I like I wanted to make a lieutenant, like 10 lieutenants for every faction.
Oh, I hope so. If they Space Marine or Primaris Space Marine lieutenant every faction, everybody will be super happy.
Just all lieutenants for a year.
That's all the new models. That's what the new Lilith is. It's just a lieutenant.
Oh, what up, Brian in the chat? Hope you're doing well, buddy. It's good to hear from you. A good friend of ours from San Diego. Goes back, way back. I used to play with Brian when he was in high school.
Oh.
You could interpret that sentence in many different ways. We used to play games together.
Anyways, it's an interesting box set. We'll see. Like they're saying in the comments, make sure to go to the Frontline Gaming website and get it quick because we'll probably have 2 copies if we're lucky.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we get 2. A lot of these we're only getting 1.
Like, here's 1 box. You're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, like, why even bother?
What?
You know, like, oh my goodness, it's so frustrating. The Smoke TV, did you guys play tested the new Codex of Ninth?
Which one?
That's a grammatically solid sentence that you just wrote.
It's an interesting question too. Like, which codex is it? Is it the new Space Marines Codex, the third one that's coming out?
Did we play tested? Is that future, past, present, or all at once?
Ooh, it could be all of them.
I can't wait for my 10 different autarchs as Tomodachi Express. No, not an autarch. No, you're gonna have a junior autarch.
Yeah,
he's gonna be called autarch junior, or
you'll drop the A. It'll be Utarch.
Autarch Tito. He's the Spanish version. Yeah. And instead of looking super cool, he'll be holding a piece of jewelry and a pistol.
Plasma pistol. They just what if they made them all the same pose? Like, here's the Primaris Lieutenant, same pose for everybody, same weapons. You're like, ooh, well, you guys are getting spiffy.
The Space Marine ones all have a sword and a pistol too. Like,
yeah,
they're super boring.
I like it.
But there's 100 of them.
Yeah. The Smoke TV is asking about the Death Guard Codex. We did not.
No. Yeah, we have actually taken a break.
Yep.
From playtesting for a little while. We got some fresh young guns in to take our place that are chomping at the bit, and it's actually really nice to take a break.
Yep.
Because we were doing it for years. And it's literally a part-time job.
Yeah.
With no pay.
Your
Game
pay
Masters
is your excitement when the rules come out, and people sometimes like them.
Oh no, all you do is get yelled at.
Yeah, that's true.
Was this play tested by idiots? Yeah. Like, apparently it was.
Why does the apothecary only give -1 invo? It should be -3.
Yeah,
like, oh,
idiot.
Dummy.
Yeah, I love it. People are like, oh, this is supposed to be a play tested book. I'm like, you don't know how much we caught, bruh? You don't see the things we got right. You only see the things we got wrong.
Of course.
Brian asked, talking about Tabletop Titans. Yes, those guys, super hyper competent, and we brought them on. It's GW's choice. We didn't make the choice, but we made the recommendation. And those guys
control GW. Don't you remember?
Ah, yes. So
Would the table size change?
We control them.
Us.
We control them so much. We only get one of every new release.
We're not very good at what we do, but when we do it.
Yeah, just as like playtesting. We don't know what we're doing with controlling a multi-billion-dollar corporation either.
Take that.
And Game Master Sabi, Game Empire back in San Diego. Those were good times back when we all used to play in the Wednesday night league. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Tomodachi, we do hate Tau. Well, not we. Reese hates Tau. I still have a Tau army. And I play it sometimes.
Real talk, I love the lore and the models of Tau. I do not enjoy playing against them, but I don't think anybody does.
Question for you, Reese, and everybody that plays Tau, and GW. Why is there no close combat suit? How cool would that be? You have a suit with swords and shit?
I've been saying this.
That thing would be amazing.
I've been saying this since 4th edition.
It would be so cool. And now it gives you options.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so awesome.
Instead of making them the most annoying army to play against in the game,
just give them options.
It's like playing against Tau is like going on your prom date when you're a junior.
Ooh.
It's a lot of build-up. You think you're getting somewhere, and then all you get is a kiss, and then both parties leave disappointed, right? You charge up the table, you get shot. Oh, I'm getting there. Oh, Overwatch gets shot. Oh, the Tau player thinks he's winning, and then you end up beating him, and everyone's pissed off.
Yeah, or it goes the other way, where you're not having fun because you're charging up the table getting shot, and then the Tau player wins, but it's like this hollow loss. You're like, or a hollow win.
And all that happened is they moved some drones around. I'm like,
oh,
no one's enjoying this.
But yeah, to answer your question, Tau are not very good in 9th. They lost a lot with the minuses. Only +1 to hit makes it very tough for Tau.
And it's the lack of mobility is a struggle. Like everyone has been saying, or like almost every Tau player I know has been saying, and I wholeheartedly agree. Bring back jump, shoot, jump. Make them mobile.
Yeah.
The drone castle is the dumbest army ever. Like watching someone like Siegler play it, so impressed by how technically good he was at doing that. But it's like watching two jiu-jitsu masters in the early days of the UFC. To someone who did jiu-jitsu, you're like, wow, this is incredible. To everybody else, it looked like two guys laying on top of each other.
Yeah, you're talking about like Steven Seagal when he fights people.
Exactly that. I'd rather have that than Tau, which is like,
Steven Seagal fighting people is pretty awesome. Don't get me wrong.
He's gotten better as he's aged.
Oh, easily. Like when he fights other black belts and stuff, sometimes they'll walk up to him and just fall over.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't even see him move.
That's incredible. It's like Dragon Ball.
Like, wow.
It just blinked and knocked the guy out.
Guy's done.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like if we went back to the days of like mechanized Tau with Fish of Fury, suits that could jump, shoot, jump.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool, man. It'd be so much more fun. But like I've been saying forever, give them a anti-psyker drone.
Sure.
Right? Now they can actually participate in the psychic phase.
Yeah.
And give them a Gundam-style freaking melee suit. Make it a Kroot suit.
Sure.
It doesn't even have, because the Tau don't like close combat. That's fine. Make it a Vespid mech or like a Kroot mech.
Just change their backstory and make them okay in close combat.
Yeah.
Like, why not? I don't get it.
It's so, because if you made them viable in every phase of the game, like literally almost every other army, you don't have to have them have such annoying shooting rules.
Yeah.
Because Tau Overwatch is the least enjoyable rule in all of 40K.
Especially when you fail.
Yes, I know. It's just like, and it's just mutually unsatisfying, you know. So
yeah.
But I love the lore. I love the models.
Yep.
I just think that the way they play right now is really, really dull, and it pisses off the other player.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, right now they are not great.
Yeah. You know, just give them a little bit more options, you know?
Yeah.
All right, that'd be fun. Dude, the Mobile Suit Gundam melee suit with like a laser sword. Oh,
it'd be amazing.
Cool would that be?
Or even just the normal like battle suits with swords. Like, it'd be sick.
They have the options. They have fusion blades that you can take on the commander.
On one character.
Yeah.
And you get like, I think it's one attack or something.
No, they get more than that. They actually have a lot of attacks. But then you also have Farsight, but it's just like, that's not, like, give them a unit. Like, think about, that would sell like hotcakes too.
Yeah.
If they had like an energy, like, just copy Gundam, you already did. Give them an energy shield and a laser sword. Just go all the way. Call it Mobile Suit 1. Or call it Zaku's. Just go.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Don't even pretend.
That'd be so good. Just call it a Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, Gundam.
Call it go with like an apostrophe and dumb.
Like, we changed it. What are you talking about? This is a totally unique idea.
It was like when Vanilla Ice was trying to defend Ice Ice Baby and saying he didn't copy Queen. He's like, no, it's dun 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 dun. And they're like, shut up.
He's like, ah.
I tried. Any rate, we're also seeing some of the new Age of Sigmar models coming out, the Heat Knights of Sinesh. These models are really, really incredible.
Yes.
The detail is amazing. It's the thematically, like, the artistry of them is really impressive. I can't remember the names. There's Archer Man on Licky Worm. There's
Licky Raptor, okay.
There's Cow Man with Crab Claw. Girl with
I don't know what that weapon is.
Tuning Rod. And
that guy's sick though.
Yeah, and then Spearman on Licky Lizard.
Spearman is definitely the best.
Yeah, the models are incredible.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, if you remember some of the models that have already come out, the whole range is absolutely phenomenal. And the Zinch range too, with the models and everything. Gosh,
yeah, the
they're so good.
Yeah,
they're very thematic. That's what I like about them. Like, you look at the Slaanesh army and you can tell just by looking at them what they're about. You know, and it's like, it's weird, makes you feel funny.
Yeah.
You know, makes you think about your junior prom date and how disappointed you were. Should have come in strong on a Licky Lizard.
Really dwelling on that.
Yeah. It was awful, Frankie. I got a limo and everything. No, I'm just kidding. Another new release coming up is Saul, or it's already out now actually, is Saul Tarvitz, or he's up for pre-order. 30K captain. It's like the lieutenant of the 30K universe.
That's right.
There's lots of captains.
Holding his his sword with two hands. One's on the blade, one's on the handle.
Which Frankie, is actually how knights held swords.
That's right. It's true.
All the time.
And they didn't wear helmets. You're correct.
That part, a little less accurate. The sword also wasn't a power sword, which would cut your fingers off, but whatever.
No, see, it's got a little grip. It's got a grip right there, right above the hilt. That's supposed to stop other blades.
Yeah, but like, because I've been working on a project. Well, I'm a big fan of history anyway, but the way they actually would hold the swords all the time was like all these crazy grips, because the sword is completely worthless against a guy wearing armor.
Yeah.
So they would do this technique called half-handing, where you would basically hold it like a spear and like try and stab them with it. So it was really common for them to do all these weird grips on the sword. Yeah. Like the way you see it in the movies is usually really, really inaccurate.
I do like it though. It's got two hilts. He can stop two blades.
I love it, dude.
It's interesting.
Yeah, because it's funny, like actual sword fights in the old days were usually over in like seconds.
Oh yeah, well, you knock the guy down and it's over. You're like, and you're done.
Or yeah, you're trying to kill him as quickly as possible. And then in the movies, it's like they're trying to hit each other's sword. Ha ha ha, and it looks cool, of course.
Well, yeah, it's way more exciting than like an actual knight fight. They're like just kind of running into each other. Like, all right, fall over, fall over. All right, you're dead. Cool, gotcha.
Or like samurai duels where they didn't even wear armor usually.
Or they just stood there and stared at each other for like 10 minutes. It was like Dragon Ball Z. You're like, man, he's charging up for 2 episodes. This is going to be a hell of a fight. Yeah. And then he just kicks his butt super fast. You're like, wow, that was really, that was a big letdown.
They used to call it 20 years of training for like 20 seconds or something like that of a fight.
Do you think they stood there like after they cut a guy like they do in the movies?
Fuck yeah, I would.
Like, yeah.
If I won,
and
first of all, you're like,
the other guy like waddles by and he's like, falls over.
First of all, you're like, okay, I'm still alive. That means I think I won.
Do I hurt? No. Okay.
And you're like,
I got it. The other guy's like, I'm fine too. You're like,
let's call it a draw.
Yeah.
A duel with a sword sounds pretty awful.
I mean, duel with anything sounds terrible. Like with pistols at 10
fun.
paces, you know, you turn around. A lot of times those pistols wouldn't even like kill you right away either. You die later from the wound.
Like Alexander Burr.
Yeah.
He died a slow, aganizing death.
Yeah. I'm like, this sounds terrible.
Especially with flintlocks, you're like, I have literally one shot.
What would happen if they missed? I actually don't know.
I think that they would just call it.
They're like, oh, it's a draw. Let's go drink tea.
Go start.
They turn it around, just run at each other. They turn into the Patriot. Like, yeah, this is way better.
That's when you pull out your rapier.
Yeah. That is also a very just terrible weapon.
Yeah.
Rapier's, I'm gonna poke you with the pointy end. The other end doesn't do anything. You're like, okay, good luck.
Alexander Burr, that's what I said, right? Did I say the wrong guy?
I don't know. I think you said Alexander Hamilton.
Oh, he
No, I'm
fought
just kidding.
Hamilton.
Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr.
Alexander Hamilton, Mr. History Buff.
Yeah, see? Yeah, Bill Burr.
Good work.
Yeah, dueled George Washington. It's really good. I got half of his name right. Give me a break.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you guys knew who I meant. All right, GW has also announced, I think this is old news now, but due to COVID, a lot of their shipments going to be delayed.
What?
Yeah.
Well, right now, UPS itself is behind by like 5 business days. So
Yeah. Everything is going slow. I ordered a package. I finally got my package from Poland.
nice.
Yeah, took 2 months, but it's all right.
Was it worth it?
It totally was.
It was so.
Totally was. I also ordered the dumbest comforter ever because my room is freezing cold in my new place. So I got an extra
Is it a
comforter.
heat blanket?
No.
Ooh.
It is a Viking themed blanket. It would
Amazing.
It would look great on any 6-year-old's bed. I was like, I'm a bachelor. I'm gonna lean into it.
It'd be great if it was like a twin size too.
No, it's not.
On your giant bed, you're like, all right, here we go. But yeah, everybody's behind. We're still behind. We're working on those terrain orders. We are putting in currently 20-hour days. So
But we are caught up on the mats,
yes, we are.
which is a good segue. We have a brand new FLG mat for you, and in the fine
Best name ever.
in the fine Frontline gaming tradition, it's a snow mat. So we call it Snow 3.
It's the easiest name of all time. It's the best.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's Snow 3. And it's a snow theme mat. It's actually really cool. It's different than the other ones because it's more subdued in the colors. It doesn't have as many blues.
Yep.
So it's a much more stark landscape, mostly all white and gray with some rock showing out. Really cool mat. These are available at 20% off during the release period, which will last, usually it's a week and a half, 2 weeks. And you can get that in any of the sizes available from little to big. We now have, 8 different sizes or something we carry?
Yeah, I think we have 8.
Yeah. So jump on in, grab yourself a Snow 3 mat from the most creative naming people in the industry. Frontline Gaming.
Yes.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Holding that title.
Jazz hands.
Jazz. Spirit fingers.
Hold. All right. The secondhand shop is now buying used board games, RPG books, manga, and more. If you have old nerd paraphernalia cluttering up your home and you want to turn it into cash or a greater amount of store credit, please email us at secondhandshop@frontlinegaming.org and you can get a quote request. Super easy. Send it in, get your credit. Most people get credit. You can also get cash. And then you can turn around and use it in the Frontline Gaming store or use the cash to do whatever you got to do.
Yep.
Super duper easy to do. And we offer competitive prices and it's quick. And you get to talk to the Rhino.
That's right. The Rhino.
Yes, we do buy old manga. We do. We did an experiment with it because I'm a big manga reader. I had some extra, and we decided to see would our customers be interested in this, and they were. So we will gladly take that off your hand. If you have a bunch of manga sitting around that you read and you're not using it, send it our way. Send it our way. There's some really funny chats.
There is
Comment
some
in the
great
chat.
comments going. I love
it. Marvin says, I perfected all kinds of weird grips under my Viking blanket.
That's right.
I tie knots down there. I use my sword. Practice my swordsmanship.
Is it a sword?
It is.
All right.
Of sorts. There's a new gameplay trailer out, well, relatively new, for Darktide. This is the sequel to Vermintide. Vermintide took place in the Warhammer Old World. And this one, of course, takes place in the 40K universe. Really exciting. A lot of people are comparing it to Left 4 Dead or other similar kind of survival first-person shooter co-op games. So basically, there's 5 characters You can get a team of up to 4, and you have like a priest, an Ogren. It's not a guardsman. He's a stormtrooper. So he has a hotshot lasgun. It's sick.
Nice.
And I think there might be a regular guardsman in there as well. But anyway, you get to pick from 5 different 40k iconic characters, and you're playing against what looks like a Nurgle themed, like tons of plague zombies. It looks badass. Like, I am for sure gonna get this when this comes out. I love co-op. I don't really like first-person shooters that much, but I love co-op ones. Like Team Fortress 2 was one of my all-time favorites. So definitely looking forward to this.
The game looks awesome, and since it's taking place, or it's based around Vermintide is a great game too. So I'm excited.
Yeah, dude, watching the gameplay video with the Ogren, I don't know why they didn't give him a Ripper gun. They gave him like a grenade launcher, but I'm sure you can get different guns. But the stormtrooper blasting people with the las gun, sick,
Yeah,
dude.
it looks awesome.
Because there's like all these zombies running at him in a dark corridor. He's just like bop 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 bop, just blasting fools. It's great. Or the priest with a thunder hammer, just smacking people. I was like, this looks really good.
Yeah,
I can't wait to play this. Also, kind of late to the party, but I finally got caught up on The Mandalorian Season 2, and it is glorious. It is amazingly, ridiculously good. Please give Favreau and Filoni the keys to the Star Wars universe, because everyone that worked on the last movies, they
not great.
Get out of here.
Not great.
Pablo's literally the only person I know that liked him. Literally the only person that was like, I enjoyed them. I was like, I didn't even bother watching the 3rd movie because I just didn't give a crap about any of the characters.
It completes the story, Reese. It's so good.
It was, oh
best
man.
one.
And then the Mandalorian was like, every single episode was absolutely amazing. Like, yeah, you know, Filoni, he dueled Bill Burr in 1742. But if you haven't seen it yet, I totally recommend it. I got Disney Plus just to watch it, and I absolutely do not regret it.
Yeah.
So flipping good. Like, it's just great storytelling.
It's great. It really is. It of course has its things that aren't great, but you know, for the most part, especially in comparison to the last 3 movies that came out, it's great, and I can't wait for the next season.
Yeah, me too. And then the Boba Fett, the Book of Boba or Fett, where he goes back to Jabba's palace. I was like, yeah, this is so good.
Yeah.
But Ahsoka Tano is like one of my top 3 favorite Star Wars characters without question. So the episode where she's in it, and it's totally Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, which is like one of the greatest movies of all time. I was like, this is good. I'm a movie nerd, and I'm on so many levels. I am loving every little bit of this. And then Kyle Reese from Terminator, or Hicks from Aliens, he's the bad guy in it. I was like, yes, this is so awesome. And it felt like a RPG video game where like Mando keeps like leveling up his gear. He's like, now I got the Beskar spear. I was like, yes.
That's right.
Although the stupid stormtroopers, they should make them suck less.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it last night, and like the stormtroopers suck about as bad as the rebels, so at least they're on an even playing field. But it's like, it's Hero Hammer, right? So anyway, it's a hero is just so much better that it's like laughable. It's like Dragon Ball Z, as like Goku goes up to like Super Saiyan 3, and then you see Piccolo, and he's like, I'm still here, and I'm still in the episode. You're like, why? What are you doing? You can't keep up. But yeah, my question to you, Reese, is if you were Mando, why wouldn't you just cover your entire body in that armor?
It's expensive, Frankie.
He's got a spear. Melt it down.
Bro, how is he going to fight the Moff Gideon with the Darksaber if he doesn't have
He doesn't need the spear. He's got the armor. It can't cut through the armor.
He's got to poke him with something.
He just hits him with a fist.
He's got to do the double reverse grip that I could teach him. Hey, if you're watching Favreau and you need a grip master, I'm your guy. But I just wish that the stormtrooper, like they supposedly conquered the galaxy with these guys.
Yeah, I don't understand how they
Ewoks beat that ass. And how did you if you can't conquer stone-aged Muppet bears with these stormtroopers, who are you beating?
Well, it's also like those pirates, right? The pirate episode where they're like jumping on these vehicles. They've got their grenades and they have spears, right? Okay, let's skip over the spear part.
They blew their budget on the grenades.
They can't buy laser guns. But anyways, when they're fighting Mando's wearing a stormtrooper armor. He's like, all right, let's do this. The spear hits the side of the armor explodes.
Yeah.
You're like,
what is this armor for?
What does it do? I don't understand what it does.
Ewoks were throwing rocks at him and taking him out. I'm like, all this armor does is make it hard to see and make you a very visible target.
It makes them look cool.
No.
Like, I guess they look cool, but that's about it. Because a stick breaks the arm. It's like made out of milk glass. You're like, what is the point?
It's literally worse than wearing like some fatigues.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It makes no
it's
sense.
really funny. But I do love that the pirates have the technology to have speeders.
Oh, yeah, they have the speeders and grenades.
Thermal detonators.
Yep.
They're like, man, we blew our weapon budget on only grenades, guys. They're like, that will make do.
Yep. And they're great at cheering, too. They're like, all right, we're sneaking up on this vehicle. Everybody yell. Yeah! Like, oh, gosh, they're here. Oh, no.
You know what? If we would have been quiet, we might have got them.
Like, what's that yelling noise? Oh, no, they're jumping on
and
there.
they're waving the grenades around.
Yeah, like, oh, we're going to blow you up. You're like, oh, okay. They don't need help. All right.
I have to say, that was my second favorite episode.
That episode was cool.
Bill Burr and that was so good. That was so good, that scene when he was like, what about all the people I served with that are dead? He's like, He's so I was like, yes.
Blast them, yeah.
And then Mando's like, what did you just do?
He's like, oh, wait, never mind. Don't worry. It's only stormtroopers that are after us. We're fine.
We'll be fine. We'll throw some rocks at him.
Yeah.
So at any rate, definitely watch it. Tomodachi expresses the cheering gave him +1 to hit. I like it.
Their battle cry. Get him.
Yeah. God, it was really, and then of course the last episode was amazing. It wasn't my favorite though. Like,
I liked it when her laser gun jammed. That was my favorite part. Made a lot of sense.
I told you it has bullets that shoot lasers. That's how it jammed.
The bullets that it's shooting are just tracer rounds. That's why. That's the light that you're
you
seeing.
Don't know
it's not
how
a laser gun.
The laser, there could be each bullet shoots one laser. That's how it jammed.
You're right. You're right. I don't know how it's made. But yeah, it's,
maybe
they never change out. They never change out clips or anything, but they do run out of ammo from a laser gun.
That's because it shoots laser bullets. I'm telling you.
Why? Anyways, it's a great show. If you haven't watched it, I definitely recommend it.
And then when all the Mandalorians come in on their jetpacks, you're just like, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So good. I can't wait to see what else they do. Like, they're going to do an Ahsoka show. I can't wait for that. Because she's like, after watching Clone Wars, because Frankie and I are big fans of the Clone Wars, I always thought she was like the coolest character besides Obi-Wan.
Yeah, she was really cool. Obi-Wan is amazing.
Yeah.
And
honestly,
Yoda actually is incredible in that series too.
In the very
first
beginning,
episode.
Yes, when he takes on the whole drone army and just kicks all their asses. You're like, so good.
Yeah.
At any rate, if you haven't seen the Clone Wars, that's another reason to get Disney Plus because it is awesome.
Yeah.
I actually really like Rebels too, even though it's definitely more of a kid show. I still really enjoyed it, and a lot of the characters if you watch it, a lot of the things in the Mandalorian make more sense.
Yep.
Especially Clone Wars, like a ton of it's from there. Like Ahsoka. If you hadn't seen that, you're probably like, who the heck is this? And for those who don't know, it was Darth Vader's Padawan.
That's right.
Before he turned into a complete douche.
Big jerk.
Big jerk. All right, let's take a look at the ITC rankings. Not a lot of movement right now, obviously, but we're going to report on it anyway. 40K competitive track top 5, Dan Salmons in first. Colin McDade in second, Ken Knox in third, Vic VJ in fourth, Rude Steenbaker. That guy has the best name, dude. Like, his name is Rude. I love it.
Can you be rude if your name's rude?
He's a rude boy.
Like, you're so rude. He's like, I am.
Yeah.
You're right.
I also bake Steens, bro. That has to be, what is that? That has got to be from, like, the Netherlands,
German,
I would imagine.
Maybe German? No, he's not German.
Yeah, that sounds like maybe Danish. I wonder, Rude, if you're out there.
He's definitely a Viking.
Let us know more about you. Oh yeah,
sure,
he has a Viking blanket too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a horn.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Rude, we could trade notes on proper sword grips techniques. Since I have a Viking blanket, I'm now an expert. All right, hobby track for 40K top 5. James Weston in first. Marshall Peterson in second, Jeremiah Pettit in third, Scott Boucher in fourth, James Kelling in fifth. Age of Sigmar current top 5, Matt Beasley in first, Anthony Trentinelli in second, William Sohaley in third, Jordan Duncan in fourth, Gareth Thomas in fifth. Hobby Track current top 5, Russell Tanner first, Will Reeves in second, tied with Adam Kamenish, Matt Abbott in fourth, Dan Sanchez in fifth. Shadespire current top 5, Ivan Cho in first, Glenn Dean in second, Jonathan Colson in third, Cody Handler in fourth, and Mike Melody in fifth. And finally, Kill Team, Rudy Pertu Tataninen in first, John Sow in second, Angel Alvarez Serrano in third, Lucas Carone in fourth, and Carlos Paz in fifth.
Yay.
All
Good job,
right.
guys.
Nicely done. We'll answer a couple questions, and then we will wrap it up for this week. Gary Grantham asks, are you guys going to do a standard terrain layout for 40K tables?
I think there's one in the rule book, isn't there?
Yeah, the rulebook gives you an idea of what they intended with it with playtesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tomodachi Express. Thank you. I have to mention that as well. But no, we aren't. And the thing is, like, we don't have all different. We have all different terrain layouts for our tables at our events. We've talked about this at length in the past, but I personally really don't like having every table be the same. Different people disagree. But for me, it gets really stale playing on the exact same table every single game. I like having theme tables, different kinds of setups. That's just me. But the book does give you what they think is the standard, what they suggest is the standard terrain layout.
Yeah.
Tomodachi Express reminded me, make sure to check out the Las Vegas Nopen.
Ooh.
It's an online event to fill in the gap for the Las Vegas Open being canceled. And you want to check that out. It'll be streamed across multiple different platforms. You just do a Google search or check out the link over at Frontline Gaming. The 40K Stats Center guys are the ones behind getting it organized.
Yeah.
Let me see. Any other questions? Tomodachi Express coming in with some funny heat. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody, for episode 716 of Signals from the Frontline. Kind of a little bit of a slow period here until we get into the new year, but we wish everybody a happy holiday again. Happy New Year. Cannot wait for 2021. Brian in the chat, yes, we are still hiring painters. If you are interested, head on over to flgpaintstudio.com and you can fill out the application.
Yep.
Keep that grip strong, says Anthony Odell. I will.
That's right. Strong grip.
Tomodachi Express says Frankie and Reese will be playing the finals in an empty warehouse. Oh boy. Can't
Finals?
Wait.
What is this?
So people wanted us to play in the finals of the Las Vegas Open, and I expressed mediocre enthusiasm.
Pablo can play in my stead.
I nominated Pablo to play in my stead also.
He played both sides of the table. That's super exciting.
But
who's ready?
But rhinos are an endangered species, so you can't take a chance of losing one.
That's true.
You know
that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Indeed. Well, my army has one fully painted model in it, so
good work. Just play your Astra Militarum. You've got a list.
Ooh, I did write a pro list.
It'd be a pro game. That's what it would be.
With my illegal list because it has Catachan infantry in it, idiot.
Yeah, dummy. Did you use the GW app to make that list? Get out of here.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great week, and we will talk to you all again next Wednesday.